So you're considering moving to St. Lucie County and you want a newer community and you kind of don't know exactly where to go in St. Lucie County, north, south, east, west, where you are in relation to the turnpike, maybe 95, the beaches. Well, in this video, I'm going to go over some of the newer communities in St. Lucie County that might fit what you're looking for, so stay tuned. My name is Alex Haigh, and on this channel, Living in South Florida, we post a video every Friday about the South Florida area. So if that's something that's of interest to you, please subscribe below. Now, sometimes when these videos are running, do you ever ask yourself, oh, I wish I could ask a question here right now? Well, feel free to. Drop a comment below. Ask us a question. We'd love to hear from you on what's important, what's an area that's important to you, what's a community that you might have questions about. We'd love to hear about it from you. But until then, let's get into the content. All right, so the first community we're gonna get into is Veranda Gardens. Now, Veranda Gardens has a great location. It's in southern St. Lucie County off of Becker Road, so it's a little southeast. So you can see it here on the map. It's on the southeast portion. So the great thing about this area is you're very close to the turnpike. You're actually very close to 95 as well. You're gonna be about a 45-minute drive to Palm Beach International Airport. You're going to be maybe an hour and a half drive down to Fort Lauderdale, and then you're about 2-hour drive to Miami, depending on traffic. You're going to be about a 15-minute drive to downtown Stuart, where all of those restaurants are that we've shown you in previous videos and so forth. You're also going to be maybe a 15-minute drive to Tradition. So if you wanted to kind of maybe have some of that shopping to do in Tradition, where you're going to have the Publix and all of the big box stores and that are just about 15 minutes away. So it's a great little location right there. The amenities that you're going to have in Veranda Gardens are pretty extensive. You're going to have a clubhouse that has a beautiful pool. There's a fire pit there as well. There's bocce ball, there's tennis, there's a fitness center. So there's a lot of different amenities, as well as a dog park and a kid play park as well. So there's a really extensive amount of amenities that are right in Veranda Gardens. Also, there's sidewalks, so if you wanted to run or jog or bike, all that stuff is available to you there as well. Right down the street, just a little bit west, is Publix, and there's also some other stuff, you know, there's like Dunkin' Donuts and that kind of thing in the plaza just to the west of Veranda Gardens there as well. All right, so what I want to do now is actually show you some of the homes in Veranda Gardens. There's a real spectrum of them, from smaller homes or 1,800 square feet to larger homes, 2-story homes and so forth. So let me give you an idea of what some of the homes look like in Veranda Gardens. I'm going to go back in the studio. Let's check them out now. Pretty is going to be your cedar home series. As we work our way through this, you can see that you're going to have that nice quartz countertops, real wood cabinets. You're going to get to choose your amenities if you buy a new home in here. There also are existing homes. As you work your way through, we can talk to you about the resale properties in here as well as the new homes. But you can see these homes are really well appointed. Again, all of these are going to be, these photos are going to be kind of the upgraded packages with that wall in the background. That's kind of a feature that you'd have to have added. So that's the Cedar series. Then we have the Highgate series, which are the 4-bedroom properties. And so these 4-bedroom properties in the Highgate series are going to be 4-bedroom, 2-bath. You're going to work your way through here. You can see these are really nice communities. So there's the Whitestone, which are the 4 to 5 bedrooms. These are 2,800, almost 3,000 square foot homes. So you have 2-story homes that are available in Veranda Gardens as well. So one of these might be an option if you want a larger home, and you can see these are really, really well appointed. We also have then the Signature series, which is a 2 to 4 bedroom, smaller homes. Again, these are 1,889. So you can see that there's a real spectrum of options. There's a lot of different options that you have in Veranda Gardens for these homes, depending on what is important to you. Maybe you want a split plan, stack plan, you know, master in the front, master in the back. There's going to be different units in here that we're going to be working with. Then we have the Palmieri series. These are 2 to 3 bedrooms, 1,900 square feet. You can start to see there's all these different options for homes within Veranda Gardens. So I hope that that helped you kind of see what some of the homes look like in Veranda Gardens. Again, that location is so ideal right next to Publix and downtown Stewart and all that. And it's also, I want you to remember, there's other communities in that area like the next one that I'm going to talk about, which is Veranda Landing. The reason that I wanted to show you Veranda Landing, very close to Veranda Gardens, Veranda Landing is townhomes. So I wanted to show you something that the price of the property is going to be a little bit lower. Also, the HOA is going to be a little bit lower. Remember as well, you're going to have lower amenities. So the townhome community of Veranda Landing is only going to have a clubhouse and it's going to have a pool. That is going to be reflective of lower HOA and lower price for these properties. There's only two that are available in there, the Honey and the Cocoa. Those are the two units that you have, so it's a little bit less frill. You're going to have the Cocoa unit, which is a 1,635 square foot property, 3-bedroom, 2.5 bath. And those are going to be starting in the low 300s. So the Honey property is going to be 1,820. It's going to have a little bit of a different layout. So this is something you're going to want to reach out to us. We can always do a virtual tour for you as well. But I wanted you to see you can be in the lower 300s for a newer property in southern St. Lucie County, and that's what Veranda Landing is going to afford you with that townhome community. But I wanted you to see something that had a lower price point and also a lower HOA with all the same things that I went over with Veranda Garden in proximity to everything else. So let's get into the next community after Veranda Landing. So next community I'm going to talk about is Tesoro, and I'm actually going to do a whole video on Tesoro because there's an amazing story around this community. So if you're interested in that video coming up, please subscribe and you're going to hear about the story of Tesoro. But for this video here right now, I wanted you to know that Tesoro is an equity-based community. Well, what does that mean? It means that you have to buy a membership to the club to get in there. So I just wanted you to be aware as you're driving down the street, or maybe you're seeing on the map Veranda Gardens, Veranda Landings, and you see Tesoro, like what's that about? And the communities are in there. I want you to know what it's about. So what is it about? Tesoro has a 100,000 square foot clubhouse. It has a gated entry. It has a tennis center. It has a fitness center. It has an event center. So if you wanted to do, you know, your own outings, you want to do weddings, you want to do a Sweet 16, there's a 100,000 square foot clubhouse. You've got 2 world-class golf courses there, an Arnold Palmer and a Tom Watson. Now, this community actually went under in the 2006 crash, and ultimately it was bought for $15 million in receivership, and there was $100 million that actually went into this project to develop it from the beginning. There are actually homes in there from 2006, and then there's new communities that have been built up in there that were sold off from the person that bought it in receivership. What does all of this mean to you is that you can actually buy a property in Tesoro and not be a member of the club. There's only a few properties in there. You'd have to reach out to us to see if there are any available. There's actually new communities that are in there that are multiple developers. So I wanted you to know what Tesoro is about and that it's there. So let's check it out. So this is an overview of Tesoro and the map. So as you come in here, you're going to come in and you've seen some of these beautiful entrances all lit up, beautiful gated entry. Remember, this was $100 million went into this community before there were even any homes built. So all of the infrastructure was built for the racket courts, the tennis courts, that 100,000 square foot clubhouse, which is up in this area here. And this area over here is the Arnold Palmer course. And then ultimately over here is the Tom Watson course. We have the new home communities are down in here, and there's another new home community in here. These are the existing homes up in this area. Up in here are the existing homes. So remember all those amenities that you have. You're going to have the 2 golf courses, the 100,000 square foot clubhouse. You're going to have the fitness center, and you're also going to be able to do all those events and that kind of thing in there as well. Reach out to us if you're thinking about maybe an equity-based community that has a lower HOA or a lower equity-based fee, and Tesoro might be the one for you. Next community I'm going to talk about is the Bristol at the Wilder. Now this is in the northwestern portion of St. Lucie County. I kind of had you down in the southeastern section with Veranda and that. This is up in that northwestern section. Now the great thing about this area is you're going to be close to Fort Pierce. Now, you might think, oh, I'm away from the Stewart area where all that shopping is. Well, you've got great shopping and restaurants up in Fort Pierce, also the beaches as well. It's a little further west out there, so you're going to have a little bit longer drive to the beach, but you know what you're not going to have a longer drive to is Disney. So you're going to be a little further northwest up there, closer to the turnpike. You're going to cut off maybe a half an hour or maybe even 45 minutes if you're going up to see Mickey or you're going out of Orlando International Airport. And remember this as well for our location. As you go further north, the price per square foot goes down, okay? Just as a rule of thumb. So now let's get into the amenities in Bristol at the Wilder. Let's check this out.
So digging into Bristol at Wilder, here's the amenities you're gonna have in here. You're gonna have a clubhouse, a fire pit, playground, a resort-style pool, the dog park, and pickleball. These are 3 to 4 bedrooms across the spectrum. You're gonna have around 1,800 square feet to right up around that 2,900 square feet as well, Bristol and Wilder, and then also those nice amenities, and that's in that northern part of St. Lucie County.
So what did you think about Bristol at the Wilder? Was there anything in there, maybe in the amenities that you liked, or you saw something in one of the homes maybe that you liked? I wanted to take this moment here to let you know that there are literally hundreds of communities in Southeast Florida, literally hundreds. And we're trying to show you a small fraction of these. But ultimately, I won't know what's important to you unless you reach out to us and say, hey, this is important, this is important, this is important, location, amenity, price, and so forth. Then we can fit you with the community that best suits you as far as what those wants and needs are. So feel free to drop a comment or also text us, call us. We'd love to hear from you. But until then, let's get into the next one. Next community I'm going to get into is Bent Creek. Now, this community is the northernmost community that I'm going to show you in this video. It's very close to Fort Pierce, so the advantages of being in Bent Creek are going to be that northern portion of St. Lucie County, so you're going to be close to Fort Pierce, but you also would be only about a 20-minute drive down to Stewart, Jensen Beach area as well. All right, so now let's go back into the studio and show you the amenities and the actual homes that are available in Bent Creek.
What you're gonna have as far as the amenities in here, you have a beautiful big, almost Olympic-sized swimming pool, clubhouse. Here's an outdoor look at it. Beautiful, beautiful day out here as we see here in Florida. Then you're going to have your clubhouse. So here's a view of your clubhouse, what the interior of the clubhouse looks like. And that looks out over the pool. Here's your basketball courts, right? Beautiful big basketball courts. And here you're going to have your tot lot where you can have the kids running around. You can have that little brick paver area where you can pop down your chair and kind of see the kids playing and read a book. Or we also have, here's our tennis courts, which have those same colors as the basketball courts. And now if we look back at the homes, so you're going to have the Denver, which is a 1,635 square foot property. And right now they're priced in the lower 300s. Reach out to us if you want to have an idea if that is still accurate, because sometimes these sites can be a little bit old. And then we have the Harrisburg, which is a 4-bedroom, a little bit of a larger model there in Bent Creek. So you can see this is if you're looking for something a little northern, closer to Fort Pierce, lower price point, Bent Creek might be the one for you.
Okay, so that wraps up Bent Creek. I think that some of the advantages of being at Bent Creek are that location close to Fort Pierce, also close to the turnpike in that Orlando thing. Again, remember, as we move our way north, the price per square foot goes down, so Bent Creek is going to be a little bit more affordable if that's what you're thinking for a single family home newer. All right, so that covers Bent Creek being that northernmost section. Now we're going to get down into the southeast section of St. Lucie County, and this is Ravenna. This is right off of Westmoreland, and this location is advantageous for folks that want to be able to go to Jensen Beach and also to Stewart. Those are only going to be about 10 minutes away, respectively. Now, what are the advantages to being in Ravenna? Let's get into the amenities and the community itself right here back in the studio.
So starting off here with Ravenna, here's the site plan of Ravenna. This is Westmoreland Boulevard. This is down in the Sandpiper area. Remember, Ravenna is down in that south kind of eastish area, closer to Jensen Beach. And Stewart, you can see they have move-in ready homes here. There are also resales available as well. So if we look over here, you can see what some of what the community looks like in here. Here is the entrance to Ravenna, beautiful gated entry. As we work our way in, you can see those nice lakes and all the foliage, beautiful look coming in. And as we move our way in, we got gated access. Coming through down on the right will actually be our clubhouse and a community pool. Proximity really is going to help you if you want to be closer to Jensen Beach, or you want to be closer to downtown Stewart, or even closer kind of to US 1. You got your tennis courts there as well. Right now there's 3 different homes available. There's the Allison. These are new homes. There are resale properties in here. So if you wanted to take a look, this is elevation A. So these are going to look the Allison in different ways. Obviously, this is completely redone. This is the builder tricked out special. Then you're going to have the Beverly. So the Beverly is going to have a little bit more of a kind of a Mediterranean look with that barrel tile. And all of these are going to have different packages that you can add if you want to do a new home. We can help you with a new home, or we can help you with a resale. I would suggest not going into any of these builders unrepresented, because it doesn't cost you anything. And ultimately, we're going to be able to help negotiate some things for you. So the last model we have in here is the Caroline. This is a 2,300 square foot home. So there's different styles of homes that you can buy in this community. Again, these are the new homes that are available. There are resales in there, and that are a little bit larger, different packages. So we can help you with a resale in there as well.
All right, so that wraps up Ravella. I think you can see that location might be ideal for you if you work maybe in Jensen Beach or Stewart, or maybe you want to be kind of a closer to Fort Pierce, or kind of that central area of Port St. Lucie. That might be advantageous to you to be in Ravella. Now, the next 2 communities I want you to stick around are in the crown jewel of Port St. Lucie, and for that matter, the Treasure Coast, and it's called Tradition. And these last 2 communities are in Tradition, so stick around for these. So we're down to our last 2 communities here in this little series, in the new home communities in St. Lucie County, north, south, east, west, and that. We're gonna now go into Tradition. Now, Tradition is a master plan community, and I did call it the crown jewel of Port St. Lucie. It's kind of the crown jewel of the Treasure Coast. It's an amazing community. Now, within that community, we have 2 that we're gonna be talking about here. The first one is Heron Preserve. Heron Preserve is amazing. Let's get into right now what the amenities are and the homes are, but I want you to stick around to the last one for Verano, because Verano is really something special. But let's get into Heron Preserve right now.
Here's the site plan of Heron Preserve. All right, I wanted you to see that. And you can see it's a rather large community. Now, there are a multitude of different homes in here. There's a lot more homes available actually than there are amenities. So now going from the site plan to the amenities in the community, you're gonna have a resort style pool. You're gonna have, this is a gated community as well. There's Preserve and Lake Views. There's that tot lot. And then there's Tradition that's right next door. Now the HOA in here is going to be a little bit lower because we don't have that huge amenity package that some of the other communities have. Remember, sometimes the price is going to be a little bit lower, and the cost, which is each month what you're going to pay, is a little bit lower based on the amenities that you have. So you can see there's not a super robust amenity package in here, but that might not be what's important to you. What might be important to you is the homes that are in here. So we have the Henley, we have the Trailside, we have the Classic Series, we have the Cedar, we have the Highgate, we have the Tower, we have the Whitestone, and then also there's the Estate Series, which has the Ashby and the Easley available. So you can see there's a really wide array of homes that are in here. Different styles, different looks, different square footage, bedroom, bathroom. It's really something that we're going to have to talk to you about to see whether or not Heron Preserve is the right community for you. There are resales in here, and there are new home builds. Again, make sure that you reach out to us. You might see this, you might Google this online, but if you go directly to the builder without representation, you're going to be unrepresented, and that's not the best thing for you.
Okay, so I think you can see that Heron Preserve has some great amenities, has some great homes in there, but ultimately it's location, location, location. It's right in the heart of Tradition, and it's going to have a little bit of a lower price, and it's going to have lower costs for the HOA amenities that are in there. So let's get into the next community, which is Verano, which has the whole spectrum and even the opportunity for you to go and play in PGA Village. So let's get into Verano. Now, what are the advantages of Verano? It's in the northern portion of Tradition. So you can still hop in your golf cart and go down in Tradition, going to Petco at 1 minute, and you could have a tee time at the next minute up at the PGA Village. Let's get into all the amenities that are in Verano. They're extensive, so let's go back into the studio and show you the amenities and the absolute giant spectrum of homes that are available to you in Verano.
So here's the site plan of Verano. These are all sold out in here. So this is where that gated entry comes in. All these communities, these are sold out. So there's resales that are available and there's new homes that are getting built. That's the entrance. So it's got a big circular entry. So as we move our way through, you can see that there's beautiful big lakes that are a part of this. Really nice community feel over here. We have arts and crafts and a community center. There's your newest, greatest thing, our pickleball courts, which are really making a big splash here in South Florida. And then just to the north, you're going to have that entrance to PGA Village. So you can get in your golf cart and go right up there to the PGA Village and have 3 world-class golf courses and a fitness center in PGA Village. There's a fitness center here in Verano as well. So getting into the homes in Verano, actually, we could do a whole video on Verano. What I want you to know is you have a huge array of different styles, square footage, bedroom, bathroom, of all these different kinds of units. This is something you're going to want us to go in and look at one of these homes for you with a virtual tour. We can always go there and do a FaceTime with you. But ultimately, I want you to see that there's a huge diversity and spectrum of types of properties that you can get in there. So
now I think you can see why I close with Verano. It's really a community within a community. That's what Tradition is about. It has all these different kinds of communities in it, some with lower price points, some that are townhomes, some that are condos. Verano really has it all. It has much larger homes and it has a full spectrum of amenities, and that location at PGA Village, where you can really basically have your own private golf course that's a public golf course right there for you. So that's why I finished on Verano. I hope you liked it. So what a journey it's been. We've gone from north, south, east, west, all these different communities, and I know there's a lot in there. And again, literally there are hundreds of communities here in the Southeast Florida area. But you know what? We want you to make that educated decision. In order for you to make an educated decision, you know what needs to happen next? Reach out to us. Give us a call, text, email. You could even drop a comment below about a community that might be of interest to you. We will do a video on that. But again, reaching out to us is the next step for you to make an educated decision to find you the right property in the Southeast Florida area. Until the next time, my name is Alex Haigh. Thanks for watching.